Hi, this is Camilla Kumara. I thought I would go on YouTube and have a little conversation again. It is about this. What is it really that we are experiencing right now? Everything about this shift, about this period. What is Ascension really? How about all of these prophecies? Is this really the time? Disclosure, everything that is spoken about, especially on social media. And I have been in this period right now. I have an online program ongoing now called Walking My Path with Grace. And I noticed that when I'm in that space, which is much about the daily practice, getting really to know God consciousness, the loving light within, our guidance, everything that is on the outside, sort of the sensational part of it, falls away a bit. It is as if it is ongoing. All of these events, cosmic, through the sun, the changes within the earth, in the collective field, what we call the grid. Yes, it is happening. And if you're sensitive energetically, you notice things and you're affected and you navigate, as I often call it. But there is another part with this about what matters really, what is important. And honestly, what's important is love. It is about getting to know love and our true nature, which is part of the divine, that we carry God within us, as well as we are part of the great creation. What matters is getting to know ourselves so that we can be vessels, so that we can express God in a true and authentic way, that the love that we share, that we express, that we feel is actually unconditional. That we stop putting conditions on everything. That we stop playing a game. If I do this, will they sort of like me? If I do this, will I get most of it from that? Sort of the competitive ways of how humans have acted and behaved for a very long time. It also includes how we treat the earth, nature, so that we truly become part, that we acknowledge that we are not separate from each other, from nature, from the cosmos, from the higher vibrating dimensions, from our loved ones that are passed on. We are actually part of the same field. And I've been thinking about this with how we limit ourselves and how we so easily fall into this putting limits or standards, or am I enough if I do it like this? Do I need it to look like this or do it like this? How am I supposed to appear? Or can I truly be honest with myself and others? Can I follow my heart? I so often meet people through sessions, just conversations just on the street or whatever, but also in therapy sessions, that about every one of us wants to follow our hearts, wishes to be truthful with ourselves, to follow our dreams, to be honest, authentic. Most people actually think that and reflect on that. But then there are all these other parts in life that limit us to actually follow heart, to actually take those steps, because maybe it feels insecure or not stable enough, not that we're not ready, that we don't know what will happen if we take this step. What will people think? How am I supposed to take care of my family if I don't have this stable economy? Is this too much of a risk? All of these thoughts. And it's so natural that we have them, all of us. And I think in this time, and especially next year and the year after, we really need to support each other to follow heart, to be truthful with what we wish for, what we wish to express, that we may be brave enough to share something, a writing, an artistic expression, music, art, thoughts, sharing something without thinking, how will this be received? We need to support each other to be in that space of trusting, with kindness, support. We need to come from unconditional love. And I see that we all have that same wish to experience love, to share love, to support one another. But there are patterns within the collective field and our background, and that stops us, perhaps. So what is Ascension really about? Is it about leaving this plane? Is it about dissolving into the etheric? Is it about pure enlightenment, detached from physical reality? Actually, it's about bringing that enlightened state here, creating heaven on earth, becoming love incarnated. That is what it is about. It is not about escaping. It's about actually coming here. It's about being the beacon of light and shining that light and feeling that we don't need to hide or dim our light, that we don't need to play a game because we feel vulnerable in a relationship, with love, in a company, corporate situation, that we don't need to hide or play a game that we think that we ought to do. Right now we are coming close to winter solstice, the Christmas celebrations, the end of 2025. And the only thing that I wish is that we all take the time to be in silence and not putting too much time in looking outwards, looking after the evidences in the outer, whether it be a comet, what will happen, or disclosure information, or the newest activation. Actually, if we really take the time, being honest with ourselves, looking within, and staying in that contact with God, with Mother, Father, Prime Creator, Source of all that is, we will receive guidance. We will feel, and we will know, and we will be ready for whatever comes. I think that's it for today. Just sharing this message. I will go into my space of working my path with grace now again, and blessings to all of you.